going to be playing Frostpunk. I'm going to turn the sound down a little bit because I'm probably not showing up very well, as my microphone's a little bit weak, but there we go. Let's turn this right down a little bit. Okie dokie, so I'm just going to do a playthrough of the campaign. No changes to difficulty or anything like that, just straight up. It's not going to be a perfect, walkthrough or, any kind of high level stuff. It's literally just, here's how to get through it without dying, basically. Because I'm a huge nerd and I've played this about 50 million times. Still not perfect, but, gonna try my best. Just show you how to get it done. The first time you play it, it's absolutely brutal. But just takes practice, really. We're going to skip this, go straight ahead. We have to survive. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to start off, you want to slow things right down to a pause, and you want to go to Book of Laws. And you know what? Let's start with a bit of child labour. Nothing wrong with a bit of child labour. Safe jobs, obviously. We're not going to make them burn their hands, shoveling coal into the furnace. It's going to be sort of carrying stuff, so, hey, it's nearly the end of the world, Morally, surely that's okay. Okay, so we're going to basically assign, we really need wood. I'll deal with coal in a minute. So basically you want to put lots of people on wood, because we really, really need wood straight away. Put a few people on steel. You don't need a huge amount, but why not? I'll put one on there. The kids on the coal. I'm only going to assign one box. That's all we need for this time period. I'll show you a little thing to do. Just save coal early on. Now the rest you just want to kind of assign to wood. Okay, so as much wood as you can. You want to have all the kids on one of the coals, and just one lot of 15 on the steel. Everyone else on wood, because wood is really important. So basically, we're not going to turn that on yet. We're not going to turn the furnace on because we don't need it. It's still reasonable temperature. We're not going to lose too much discontent, or gain it rather. So during the day, when it's this sort of temperature, we can leave it off just to save some coal. You can see the coal's increasing. We're getting lots of wood. It's all going well. Okay, so I'm going to wait until this kind of daytime to finish, which I believe is 6 o'clock. Okay, as soon as that hits, pause things again. You want to turn the old doobry on, and then what we want to do is, before they start asking for it, you want to have enough shelter for everyone. Now there's 80 people, there's 10 per shelter, so you want 8 shelters. Okay, there's probably pros that say, oh, it's a really stupid way of doing it, but well, this is how I do it and how I survived the campaign first time. So you've got 8 shelters being built here. So it's enough for everyone because you've got plenty of wood. Now we want to think about medical post. Whack it there. Now I'm going to save that space for a shelter later on. So I can think of things that can kind of be out the way a little bit. What am I doing? Oh yeah, so we're going to need a workshop. Just one will do for now. And don't need it just yet, but seeing as I've got the stuff to build it, I'm going to build a cook house. And you know what? Why not? Because I've got the stuff to build it. Might as well do a hunter's hut as well. I probably made the mistake there. In fact, no, don't need it yet. We need to save the wood. Okie dokie. So basically, just going to let all that build off. Now here, this is probably them asking for shelter. Now, because you're already building it, you already know you're going to have all of it, so I can promise everyone some shelter. Now that's going to be brilliant, because once these complete, I'm going to get a huge bonus. Okay, that's why I build all the shelters first. So you've got all that wood to start off with. So all these are going to build. Everyone's going to be happy because they've got somewhere to stay out of the freezing cold. It's going to be fantastic. There we go. So hope rises quite dramatically. Okay, I can introduce a new law, so you want to kind of be quick on this. So it sort of recharges as quick as possible. Now, I tend to go for soup first, just to save food. You don't have to feed them for the first sort of day or two, but when you start feeding them, they go through stuff quite quick. So you can survive without Hunters Hut for a few days because you've got 100 food there already, and with soup on, it lasts a lot longer. Now, before the day starts, I want to then reintroduce the engineers. So I need 10 engineers back. So 5 for here, for the tech workshop, and 5 for the medic. So we've got a nice medic station here, keeping everyone happy in the warm, and then this tech, we should have enough to do stuff. Now, I need to do beacon first, because exploration is absolutely imperative. Okay, now, also, actually, that's what I forgot to do. That's why I needed the wood. Start getting these workshops out so they've got somewhere warm to work, because that could be a problem eventually. I mean, this one's going to be nearly finished. You won't need one there. You will need one on both of these. I won't do that one just yet because I need to save the stuff for tomorrow when the beacon gets researched. In fact, I'll do the roads actually. Okay, build the roads. Basically what that does is they're not gathering stuff out in the cold, they're in the nice and warm. So once they're completed, I can reassign. So I can probably build another workshop in a little bit because I've got the engineers back. But for now, I can put them in there. I can get 5 kids back because these only need 10, and they'll function just as efficiently. These will be drained quite quickly, so don't really need a gathering post there. They'll probably finish doing that before the temperature drops. So this is basically where I can now put 5 kids in and they're serving soup. So now the food's being served. It will last a few days, but I'll need to start thinking about food soon. But that's where the exploration comes in. You'll see that in a little while. Okay, well, there's probably people asking for a day off. I'll just ask us to hurry up. Well, we'll do what we can, love. Hopefully the beacon will be finished by the time the day ends. Yes, it will. Okay, so now we want to think about the next part. So I probably want to go heaters. That's the most important thing. You can do a little bit, go a little bit of time with that steam hub as long as you've got heaters. And then the most important things that need heating can get it. These guys will be fine for a little while because they're right by the furnace, but these guys will need heating eventually. Okay, so we've got plenty of stuff to build. I want to build the beacon. Let's just plonk it there with this space. I can choose a new law. Fantastic. So radical treatment, I'll go for that. So that just basically means they'll do whatever they can to save people rather than just leaving them to die, which kind of makes sense in my eyes, kind of common sense. So you can see we've got a nice bit of food up top, but it's going to come down quite quickly, so we need to start thinking about getting people out there and searching. So this is where we've got people saved up now because they've finished grabbing that stuff. So we've got enough wood, so let's send some people out. So I kind of go up this way first, top right. So you'll find that usually there's some food that way that you can bring back before continuing your search. Speed things up a little bit. Oh, what do these guys want? They're just happy that we're sending stuff out. Okay, so you see that we've got 5 people, so 10 people left. So we can put them on there. Now, actually, probably going to make. It's probably the wrong decision, but We could probably do with another workshop just to speed research up, because faster research is always a good thing. Now what I'm going to do is, because we need the wood, I'm going to take 5 off of here. We need those engineers, so I'll take them off. I'll whack them on that workshop, so when the day starts, we're going to get twice as fast research. Okay, so okay with coal. I mean, I'm keep forgetting something that I said earlier, which I've actually been forgetting to do, is you can turn this off during the day if it's only 20 degrees. People aren't going to go crazy. Okay, so people have finished down here. This is all done. So I can move some people there. Now I can start looking for food. So usually you want to build during the evening, but meh, we'll put it on here. So I'm going to put 2 out, 2 hunters' huts. Here's been researched. Lovely. Now this is where I get a little bit crazy. So I go straight for drawing boards, which is to upgrade to the next level. And you'll see why in a little bit. Some of you are probably thinking, oh, why aren't you going for the sawmill? What are you doing? Well, I bypass the sawmills. People from our convoy. Okay, so should be some people left to go on here. So I've got 15 going on that hunter's hut. There'll be 10 left to go on there. So we'll have some food coming in. So, we've got some survivors already. So I escort them back. You don't want to kind of lose anyone at this point. The more the merrier. Okay, and what do these guys want? Get any chance that you can gain back some hope or eliminate some discontent, just do it. Introduce a new law. So what do we want? Let's go for care house. Care house is very important. We probably won't need it for a while, but it's worth getting. I haven't got enough steel. Oh, sorry, I haven't got enough wood. Wood's coming. That's just the generator completely shut down. We'll just turn it back on anyway because it's only 6 o'clock. Put 10 available people back in there. One kid's off on a day off, so that's why it's on 9. Okay, now we need to start thinking about wood because wood's running out. Now this is why I go straight for number 1, because I've had enough wood up until now because I've managed to space things out and make pretty good decisions. So I'll research the wall drill. Okay, because I have 1 steam core I can use, and I'm going to use that on the wall drill. So you basically get to bypass the sawmill, go straight for the wall drill, which gives way more wood anyway, quicker, and it lasts the whole game. You know, it's not dependent on these bits of wood. It just drills into the wall. You just forget about it, really, as long as it's staffed. Okay, so we've got people. Fantastic. So that means I can fill this guy up. And I can start thinking about getting another when I've got wood, that is, and I've got staff for a wall drill when it's built. So I'm going to send these guys back out off to the right. Now you can see the temperature up on the day counter is going to go down soon, so we need to start thinking about heating soon. I've got the heaters, so we're tied over for a little while. We're in early stages, so it only could be like a couple of game days of coldness before it goes warm again, so it's not too bad. On the harder levels, it's much more brutal. Let her have a day off, why not? Okay, so I want one of those children back on there. You can just, usually these, you can have them sort of lower staff at the beginning of the game because there's not many people yet. As you get more people, we obviously need to fully staff this one. Later on, when you get much more people, you might want to consider getting another one of these cook houses. Sometimes even 3, just to get food production really going, so you can start stockpiling. Because stockpiling is the most important thing for surviving the later rounds. Because you're going to need a huge stockpile of coal, food, wood, everything to survive. But you'll see that I won't spoil it. You'll see that when it comes in later parts. Okay, I'm droning on now. We've got a wall drill coming. not going to spend any wood, because I need it there for when the wool drill comes. Okay, the wool drill's here, fantastic. Now we need to think about steelworks, because that's going to run out soon. Let's build that steel wool drill rather. Let's build it here because it's near the road, and we should have enough wood to fix the spacing. Let's do it there. Oh, just enough. So there we go. We used our steam core, so that's why I used my first steam core on. It just makes sense. Okay, take resources so they have food. So we're going to go back here first to deposit the food. Now we're even going to need some storage. We've not had any more coal. We've just had that one bit of coal being taken in. So you don't have to get everything straight away. You can just do it gradually, as long as you've got enough to keep going. Okay, so we need some shelter. That's something I forgot. We've got some new people, so oh, that's going to have to come in the morning. 7 workers, get 3 engineers on there. We'll probably need another medical tent as well. Now we're getting more people in, and I'm going to need to think about extending the heating. Now see here. Oh, wrong one. Let's put the heating on. Something I forgot to do. I've been looking at it the whole time and didn't realise. Okie dokie, so what we want to do now is we want to kind of lower discontent as much as possible because it's starting to rise. We're going to need more wood, which will come in the morning. We've got wood now. Fantastic. So let's get fighting arena up. Whack it there for now. We need a few more tents. One space there that I left earlier. We're just going to kind of build lots more here because we're going to need it. Now that we've got the resources, we might as well use them. I haven't really been very efficient with my spacing here. I'll leave that for something else, probably the care home actually. Okay, so now we think about roads, streets rather. Need some more wood. Oh, I need to send some people out. Silly me. Okay, so we fulfilled the shelter, we fulfilled the thing. The care house is being built. Good job I remembered that, because that was a promise I made before. Sticking to promises is really important. If you make a don't make a rule of thumb is, if you can't fulfill that promise, don't make the promise. Just take the small hit of discontent or whatever it is by saying no. So we shouldn't really have that problem. Okie dokie, so what are we going to do next? We've got steelworks, we probably want to start thinking about a coal thumper. So work on that. So we've got plenty of steel, we've got wood coming in. See the wood rising absolutely super quickly. Which is good. We just need a road, streets rather. Whack it through here. Okay, we also have engineers, so I can fully populate that. They also need some heating. I should have actually gone for the steam hub. Why not? Let's go for double rations for the kids. Now this is finished. We need to actually get some coal in now, so we'll dismantle that. Just get some of the wood back. And we're going to go up here to the next lot. Right, I want to go steam hub now. So we don't need a coal thumper just yet, although we want to start thinking about it soon because we want to stockpile some stuff. And we want heating for that too. Okay, so everyone's heated. You probably want to heat this as well, even though it's, you know, saying it's not necessarily needed, to get these guys who are working really, really hard. Not to say that health people aren't working hard, but the wall drill is absolutely imperative right now to make them as efficient as we can. Okay, so these guys should find some survivors, escort them back. So this is just providing a steady stream of population. Occasionally they're finding some stuff. We're just making sure that we are gradually increasing our materials and input. Okay, so we want steel. Steel is very, very important because we want to eventually have steel, enough steel to upgrade to houses. That's another important thing we need to think about later on, but that's not just yet. So we've got the resources, might as well start building stuff in readiness for when we have enough people. Now we're going to need 2 gathering posts for this coal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build that. Leave enough room for something there. So if I build that there, that should. Yep, that's got enough range to get there. So if I build another one, basically coal thumpers, you need 2 gathering posts for 1 coal thumper. Okay, so people from the gathering post will collect the coal from the coal pile produced by the coal thumper. It's far more efficient than just putting people on the coal pile. Just don't bother doing that. Okay, you just have the coal thumper which produces coal, which then forms a pile, and then the people that you put into the gathering posts collect from the pile, bring it there. So they're in a nice bit of warmth. Okay, so we can put kids into the coal. We don't have to worry about populating these yet because we've got steady supply of coal. You can see we've got a full schwack. Send some people out. Gloomy Cave. Okay, how many workers have we got? Let's sort of look at something in general. 22. So first of all, we're probably going to populate the steelworks. Because we really will need steel soon, because I think we do have 105 in stock, but we have no steel deposits left, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Okay. Right, heating's gone back down, so we don't have to worry about heating the stuff. Quick way to get the heating stuff, to turn everything off quicker. You can see these are turned on, so you can turn them off. It's just to save coal. Lots of micromanagement. Okay, so we're producing lots of steel, we're producing loads of wood. We now need to think about storage, actually, because we're getting a little bit full of coal. So, we're going to build some resource depots. I want them slightly out of the way. Build a couple up there. Yay, steam hubs. Okay, so heat isn't going to be an issue soon. Don't need more scouts yet. What do I want to go for? Hunter's gear. More food is always good. Just want to see how I'm doing. So, okay, we have homeless people, so we need more shelters. Need to start thinking about heating these guys as well, because bunch these up a little bit, because when I put the steam hubs in, it'll be a little bit more efficient. Placed that one wrongly because I'm a moron. Okay, you can see that these guys aren't collecting because they need space. So we go, create loads of space there with the storage. Crikey, that was quick. Okay, we want to now think about where we're going to go next with our research. Fast scattering is always a good thing. Let's get that. Okay, let's heat some homes. So that basically means that we need to start thinking about steam hubs. So that will heat all the that lot. And there's more over here. We don't need to worry about heating the houses. I'm going to create a street just to fan this out a little bit. Get more coverage. So what I'm going to do is cover that lot like so. Then what you want to do is you want to, so it's going to cover that lot and the coal mine, or thumper rather. Okay, so that should deal with the heat situation. Risk attacking the bears. It's probably going to kill my team. Well, no. See, this is random. Sometimes it kills the team, but you still get the survivors. Other times you get the survivors and the team is still okay. Either way, they'll escort them back if they survive. So we were lucky. Okay, so we've got lots of steel. We're getting wood. We've got coal in place. In fact, we'll wait until there's people arrive and then we can populate them. So we've got plenty of coal coming in. Might as well fully staff that. Look at the laws. Okie dokie, so cemetery is always useful. No one's died yet. But if you have a cemetery, then loss of hope is halved. Let's back it a little bit out of the way. Not that it matters really. Okay, so with people, so this is where we can kind of really start to whack out some coal. So I'm just going to fill them with engineers for now. And then full of workers, and full of kids. Make the kids work. Okay, send them back out. So we've got a nice little economy. I probably want to get some more food in, so let's get another hunter's hut because we've got the people. Sure why this is inoperative. Okay, so again, this one's done. We've got 9 people left. Why are these guys not operating? Get to work. There we go. Okay, so we're producing a lovely amount of coal. Steadily coming in. Faster gathering. Okay. We could do the hot power. Sorry, the hot house, but we haven't really got the cores to build it yet. Let's do the generator power upgrade. Why not? We've got the resources to do it. Might as well get ahead of the weather. So then we're going to hit a slight drop. Things are going to steadily get worse and worse as the game goes on, so might as well stay ahead of the old game, you know. Right, introduce the law. Why not? Ceremonial funerals. So I haven't really been checking this. I'm just so used to doing this. I haven't really been showing you all properly how to what's actually going on, really, but basically, you're making sure that your economy is up and running. You're making sure that everyone's got a place to live, so your discontent isn't draining. I'm already doing a bad job of that because I've left some of the new people without a home. I need to produce a home where there's heat. So we've got some heat patches left here. I'm trying to stay ahead of things a little bit. Because I tend to forget things, as you all figured out by now. Okay, we've already got another health, another tent. Okay, again, this is where I've got to figure out where to put the streets in, so they're all connected. Again, I'm not a very efficient worker, but sod you all. Okay, so everyone's got a place to stay now. We've got some sick people. I think I used all my... Nope, I've still got engineers. So we're just sort of staying ahead of things, making sure that we've got people being treated. There's no one not being treated, really. We've got plenty of housing. Let's see what these guys have got. Take resources. Let's just keep going. Keep sending them out. Okay, new day is about to start. Now, we don't need to have that on level 2 just yet, so we're going to put it back down to level 1. We don't bother doing generator range upgrade. Where you've got steam hubs and power, you don't need range. You just do not need it. It's a waste of coal. Just don't bother. War scouts we'll need eventually, but we don't need that just for the minute. Resource depot upgrade. Now that could be useful. Then against those coal mining. You know what? Resource depot, let's go for that, because we can make big depots rather than having to rely on these little tiny ones. Okay, so we've got a nice bit of production going. If I wanted to, I mean, I've got a little bank of workers here. I should really be putting them to work. Oh, I found an automaton. Fantastic. Send it to the city. And these guys can just keep going. Fall slightly down. Now actually they've got a core, so what I want to do is lead them back, because what I can start thinking about now is food, increasing the food production, so getting a hot house going. 3 days to provide 179 standard. Okay, so that couldn't have come soon enough, so that is where I need to actually think about putting those extra workers in, which is what I should have done before. Let's whack that there. Building another hunter's hut. When I build that food greenhouse, whatever it's called, my automaton's eventually going to go into that, and that just provides a steady flow of raw food day and night. Okay, I need to free up some guys. Where did I put those engineers before? There they are. Actually, I need the wood. That was it. No, I need the coal as well. No, I can't free up anyone. Actually, what am I doing? That was it. Sorry, I need the workers. My brain's not working, so I need 6 workers. I'll replace them with engineers to free up workers for that. There we go, that's what I meant to do. A little bit of a brain fart there. Okay, so we've got food coming in. We really need to... I've got some food that came in from that, which was good. That's going to help. And the steam core, which we found. So that's really useful. So once this... finish researching, we can build that. We'll just send the engineers in for now, just to keep it going until the automaton arrives. Here we can kind of just start thinking about general stuff. Go for prosthetics now, so people don't get depressed and cause discontent. When someone eventually will get frostbite. Okay, so we've invented a hothouse. Let's go for medical post upgrade now. And build a hothouse. I'll put it here because it's in the warm. Right, we've maxed out wood, and we're about to max out steel. So this is where we need resource depots. So we have the upgrade. So we haven't got the big ones yet. My bad. But these ones have got sort of double spacing. So I'm going to build lots of them because we're going to need them. Okay, there we go. Now we need to. Got a kid, one child left. The rest can be engineers. During the days, till the automaton arrives, they can produce a bit of food. Okay, so we need to. We'll kind of assign the resource for these stockpiles as and when we need them. See how we're doing. So we're getting discontent because of bad food, but we're really not in a position yet to shift this over to standard food just yet, although we need to because we promised them. So that's a bit of a bugger. Luckily we're in the daytime now, so we should get that promise made. Now, the heat has gone up. Now you can put the heaters on, or you can improve this to level 2, which should... okay, I think that's... It needs a steam hub there eventually. We can put the heater on for now, just to suffice. Right, let's start building, researching the housing upgrades, because that's going to be a huge help to keep people warm eventually. Oh, there we go. Automaton has arrived, so we can whack that on there. So now we've got staff. How much have we got? There. We've already got engineers. We don't need any more medics, so they can just stay there for now. Okay, we're producing a pretty decent amount of food now, and we're going to need that because that starts to go red. We're going to need wood soon. We're going to need steel. Dedicate 2 of these to coal. We've got some left for whatever we need, as and when. Okay. So we're producing research really, really quickly now, which is great. Don't need a coal mining just yet. So we get a level 2 on the research stations. Is that gathering post inoperative? Yes, it is. Silly me. So how much stuff have we got now? So we've got 11 kids, 13 engineers. Okay, let's start thinking about more coal. Don't need to do bunkhouses just yet, but let's do another coal thumper. Oh, nearly enough space. So we'll whack it there. And put the 2 gathering posts. Should fit perfectly. There we go, nice and snug. We'll probably need steam hubs. Let's go here. This really isn't efficient, but I'm going to put one there anyway because I can't be bothered to figure the rest out. Let's put one there. You know, we need to kind of expand the range of heat that we've got for future housing developments. Okay, so we've got the second kind of run of coal production ready for when we have the full amount of staff. I could assign them now to get it started, but don't really need to. It's got the capacity. So we're going to get 26 kids and 18 ordinary workers. So that's going to be a nice, tidy amount of people. And we need to think about perhaps when we get to the next level in the research, we can kind of upgrade so these huts will run on less staff and also be more efficient and provide more food. Okay, so we need more laws. Extra rations for the ill. This is going to be something that's going to come up later on. So it makes you can kind of use rations to make your medical facilities more efficient and heal people faster. We won't need that for a little while, but later on it can come in handy if things get a bit out of our control. Okay, so we've unlocked loads of different options now. So let's go for flying hunters. So that will mean we can upgrade all the hunters' huts to produce way more food. So we want to start stockpiling that. We want to start stockpiling everything, really. Okay. So all of our people have arrived. Let's whack some workers into there. Children, go to work. And the last kid there. So we've got some workers left. A bunch of engineers who we need to kind of... Okay, we have enough shelter from before when we already built it, but we probably need more medical posts. So I probably could put 2 more in because we've got more people. We're going to need more medical services. So move these guys back down there. Soon we're going to think about increasing our amount of teams we can send out. Okay, we're going to populate our medical posts. Heat's going to go back up. At this point, you're producing a decent amount of coal. There's no point in just min-maxing your coal. Turning all the heating off. Just leave it on. Why not? Producing more coal now as well. Okay, what do we want next? Generate efficiency is always good. Means it uses less coal. And we've got enough resources to upgrade these. Let's just do that now. We've got 4 in total. There we go. So you can see it's just really just keeping on top of things, making sure that you're keeping a steady supply, making sure you're working on getting sort of stockpiles, because that's what you really need. You need to stockpile everything and make sure you're getting lots of stuff. So let's start thinking about increasing or upgrading what we already have rather than introducing new stuff yet. So let's go for a steam coal thumper, and that means we'll produce more coal. More coal means bigger stockpiles. So on and so forth. Okay, we can introduce a new law. Might as well go for emergency shift. If you want to speed some stuff up, it's always good, but to be honest, you don't really need it on the first run through that much, unless you're just impatient. Because emergency shift, it sort of makes people work an extra shift, meaning that they're susceptible of dying of cold or whatever, or stop working because of misery or whatever. And yeah, it's not a good thing. So it's always a bit of a gamble. Okay, it's a new day. How many workers do we have? So we've got plenty of engineers. We just don't have workers. I mean, I could just place them. Why not? We certainly need the coal. Will need it, rather. Okay. How are we doing for everything else? Okay, we're doing really good. going to turn that down. We need to start saving coal. So we've got steam coal thumper. Let's hunting tactics. There we go. We can kind of save up some staff and then get everyone on the old thing. So we're going to start producing coal now. I'll get some workers on there to start collecting it. Now let's give an example. So emergency shift. Let's put it on here. Put it on the old research. So they're working 24 hours now. So it gives us a little head start on the old research. Okay, we have another steam core, so that means you probably want to go back just to deposit the steam core. Then we can start thinking about coal mines. Laws, we have an available law that we can have. Extended shift is actually quite useful. So you can put all the factories on extended shifts. We're on 14-hour shifts. Oh, we've all been there. That's going to increase your discontent, but we've got plenty of space left. So now you don't need to put extended on the coal, but I would advise putting extended on the gathering posts, because usually the thumpers produce more coal than can be collected at the end of each day. So it doesn't really make sense to give them the extended shift. Where the hell? Oh, there we go. The extended shift in there. It's going to piss people off, but like I say, we've got space to stretch them a little bit. There we go. So these guys have very wonderfully researched hunting tactics, so that means that we've got some workers freed up, because that means the hunting huts now work on their staff. What do we want next? Factory is going to be useful because we need to start building automatons, but more scouts is probably the next route. Oh, someone died. There we go. See, that's the kind of bad thing about emergency shifts, is that there's a small chance of that happening. So end emergency shifts. So basically just use it in a pinch. If you really, really need to get something done, or you've kind of cocked something up and you've messed your flow up and you kind of need to grab time back to kind of self-right things, then that's worth doing, but you will probably lose someone. So be very, very careful. Don't use it too often. But like I said, on the harder modes, you have to use it quite a lot. It's like essential, but on the first run, where it's sort of ordinary difficulty, it's not so bad without it. Any more scouts? We want to go factory now. We don't really have steam calls yet, but we will eventually get them. Okay, we have workers now, silly me. Populate that. Okay, things are working, which is good. How many workers have we got left? Have we got anyone? 7 workers. I might as well build another hunter's hangar. I mean, we're doing okay for food, but we could really do with stockpiling more now. Okay, we're starting to get to the end of this now. We've got everything we really kind of need. Public house, might as well. Steam coal tab. So we can upgrade these now. It's like a public house somewhere. Where do we want to put it? Let's whack it there. We'll keep going until this first phase ends, and then we'll end it for another time. Steam core. Send them back out. And we can actually send another team out. Might as well, just to cover some more ground. We've only got 2 workers left now because I've just used 5 of them for that team, but 2's better than none. Public house. Let's put some engineers in it, why not? So we're getting everyone pissed. Okay, so things are kind of functioning quite well. Starting to get a nice bit of coal in. And we'll put the heating up because the temperature's going to fall. Okay, so we made a factory. We are alone. Hope falls. So this is where the game's basically like, yep, there's not really anyone else. We're screwed. I mean, there are. You eventually come across more survivors, but in terms of all the other kind of big cities and countries and stuff, it's a little bit like Snowpiercer, where it's like, this is literally it. This is society. We must give them purpose. Now, there's 2 paths. You can either choose order and discipline, or faith and spiritual strength. Both have positives and drawbacks. It just depends on what type of playthrough, really. I go order and discipline because it's more straightforward for me. It's more of a kind of socialist kind of semi kind of communist playthrough. You're kind of, sort of keeping people in line and making sure everyone's working and producing and stuff like that. There'll be like guard stations. In true communist fashion as well, there's the propaganda. Well, it's not just communism; it's actually capitalism as well and everything like that. But let's not get political. Order and discipline. There's some like propaganda stuff as well, so you can keep your people happy through lying, which is very reminiscent of the current situation we're having in the UK. But anyway, and then there's faith and spiritual strength, so you can kind of go the more religious route where you kind of build churches and stuff and keep people in line that way. But there's bad stuff to both. But I'm going to go order and discipline because I'm just used to it. So you're going to set up a neighbourhood watch, which means we need watchtowers. So I'm going to build these watchtowers, and I think we're going to call it a night. The factory can come in a bit. Watchtowers, we want to put where it's already warm. There's not many spots left. I need to build a pathway there, and let's whack it there. Okay, so let's build pathways there and a pathway there. Why not? And just so I don't forget for next time. What am I doing? Build a factory as well, and that will probably go around here somewhere. Again, I've not been very efficient with my space. There's little bits of gaps here and there. Build a street. Why is it not letting me build a street there? That's so silly. Let's go the other way. Okay, so building a factory as well. A factory will make sure that you can produce prosthetics if people get frostbite. And you can also produce automatons, but for automatons, you need seam cores, which are very rare. Okay, let's set one last bit of research before we finish. Let's go lighter scout sleds, so everyone's kind of a bit faster. Right, that's the end of part 1. Part 2 will come probably in a day or 2. But yeah, so that basically is enough to get you to that kind of that second phase, where you're starting to think about how to keep people in line now that everyone knows we're the only ones. Okay, so yeah, basically in those early stages, it's really important to make sure that you're on top of your gathering, making sure you're doing things gradually, making sure everyone's warm, making sure everyone's got their shelter, making sure that you've got enough medical posts to cover the people that you've got, and just do everything gradually. And also that little trick where you can kind of bypass the sawmills and just go straight for whatever it's called, the wall drill. It just saves a little bit of time, and it just means you can get straight to that, which is an awesome thing. It's producing loads of wood. It's going to be like that for the rest of the game. You can produce another one here as well, I think, later on. But yeah, just keep on track. Make sure that everyone's got a place to live. Make sure that you're not committing to promises that you can't keep, and going through with the ones that you have promised. Making sure there's medical posts and stuff like that. Just keeping on top of things as and when you need them. Just keep one step ahead of yourself. Yeah, just pretty much just follow what I've done, and you'll be fine. Okay, until the next time. So next time it's going to get a little bit rougher. It's going to be more cold spots. We're going to find it's going to get a little bit harder, and we're going to start producing more materials and more resources as things get harder. Because, as I say, towards the end of the game, it gets a lot more difficult. So there we go. Hope this has helped those of you that have watched. This is an amazing game. I love it. And yeah, I'll see you again soon for part 2. See you later.